May 10th, 1940, somewhere over the English Channel at 15,000 feet, my Spitfire shaking violently as German bullets ripped through the wing. 3 Messerschmitt 109s on my tail, and I was out of ammunition, out of options, and about 30 seconds from being shot down. My radio was screaming with voices, pilots calling out enemy positions, men dying, the entire RAF squadron being torn apart by the Luftwaffe. This was the Battle of France, and we were losing badly. I had to make a choice: bail out over enemy territory or try to make it back to England with a damaged aircraft and 3 German fighters trying to kill me. My name is Flight Lieutenant James Hartley, and this is the story of how I survived my first dogfight and learned that the glamorous life of a fighter pilot was actually just terror at 400 miles per hour. I was 21 years old from London, and I'd wanted to be a pilot since I was a kid. I joined the RAF in 1938, went through flight training, and was posted to 74 Squadron Flying Spitfires in early 1940. The Spitfire was beautiful, elegant, the best fighter plane in the world. I felt invincible sitting in that cockpit. Then Germany invaded France and the Low Countries on May 10th, and everything changed overnight. We were scrambled at dawn, 12 Spitfires ordered to patrol over the Channel and intercept German bombers attacking Allied positions in France. I was so excited I could barely strap in. This was it, real combat, a chance to prove myself. My squadron leader was Wing Commander Patrick Davies, a veteran with 3 years' experience who'd been training us young pilots for months. "Stay in formation, watch your wingman, and don't chase kills," Davies told us over the radio as we climbed to altitude. "Discipline wins fights, not heroics." We crossed the Channel at 15,000 feet, the morning sun behind us. Below, we could see smoke rising from France, entire towns burning. Then someone spotted them, a formation of German Heinkel bombers, maybe 30 of them, escorted by Messerschmitt 109 fighters. "Tally-ho, enemy aircraft 12 o'clock level," Davies called. "Blue section take the bombers, red section engage the fighters." I was red section, which meant my job was to keep the German fighters off our guys attacking the bombers. My heart was hammering as we dove toward the Messerschmitts. This was really happening. I was about to shoot at someone who was trying to shoot at me. The Germans saw us coming and turned to meet us. Suddenly the sky was full of aircraft, twisting, turning, diving. I picked a target, a 109 slightly below me, and dove on him. My gun sight centered on his fuselage. I pressed the firing button and felt my Spitfire shudder as 8 machine guns opened up. Tracers arced toward the German fighter, and I saw strikes on his wing. Pieces flew off. He rolled away trailing smoke. I got him, I hit him. I was shouting into the radio like an idiot. Break right," someone screamed. I looked back and saw a 109 right on my tail, maybe 200 yards away, his guns winking orange as he fired. Bullets streaked past my canopy. I yanked the stick hard right, feeling the G-forces slam me into my seat. My vision tunneled, grayed out at the edges. The Spitfire groaned but responded, rolling into a tight turn. The 109 couldn't match my turn radius. Spitfires turned tighter than anything the Germans had. I kept the turn going, harder and harder, until I'd reversed positions and was now behind him. I fired a burst but missed. He dove away. The dogfight was pure chaos. Aircraft everywhere, spinning, diving, climbing, tracers filling the sky like deadly fireworks. I heard someone scream over the radio, then silence. One of ours had gone down. The radio was pandemonium, everyone shouting at once, impossible to understand. I spotted another 109 attacking one of our guys. I dove to help, firing at the German from 400 yards, way too far for accuracy but hopping to scare him off. It worked. He broke off the attack, but now I was alone, separated from my squadron, and I had no idea where anyone was. That's when I made my first mistake. I saw a German bomber, a Heinkel, flying alone below me, an easy target. I forgot Davy's warning about not chasing kills. I dove on that bomber like a hawk on a rabbit. I came in from behind and above, the perfect attack angle. My guns hammered the bomber, tearing chunks out of its fuselage. I saw one engine catch fire. The bomber started to lose altitude, smoke pouring out. I'd done it. I'd shot down a German bomber. Then three 109s dropped out of the sun onto me. They'd been waiting, using the bomber as bait, and I'd fallen for it like a rookie. Their first burst hit my Spitfire in the left wing. I heard the impacts, felt the aircraft shudder. Warning lights lit up my instrument panel. The Spitfire started pulling to the left. I fought the controls, trying to stay level. I dove, pushing the throttle to full power, trying to outrun them. But 109s were faster in a dive. They stayed right behind me, taking turns firing. Another burst hit my engine cowling. Oil sprayed across my windscreen, obscuring my vision. I was going to die. That thought hit me with absolute clarity. I was 21 years old, I'd been in combat for maybe 5 minutes, and I was about to be killed by German pilots who were better than me. But I wasn't dead yet. I still had controls. The Spitfire was damaged but flying, and I was over the channel now, heading toward England. If I could just stay alive for another few minutes, I might make it. I started doing everything I'd learned in training. Jinking, sudden turns and altitude changes that made me harder to hit. Staying low, where the 109's speed advantage mattered less. Using clouds when I could. The Germans kept firing, but they were running low on ammunition too. Their bursts got shorter, less frequent. Then, miracle of miracles, I saw the white cliffs of Dover ahead. England, home, I was almost there. The 109s broke off. They couldn't chase me over England or they'd be jumped by other RAF fighters. I watched them turn away, waggling their wings in a salute. Respect between fighter pilots, even enemies. I nursed my crippled Spitfire toward my airfield. The engine was smoking badly, temperature in the red, oil pressure dropping. The left wing had a hole the size of a dinner plate. I radioed the tower. "This is Red 3, coming in emergency, aircraft damaged." "Roger, Red 3. You're cleared for immediate landing. Emergency crews standing by." I lined up on the runway, dropped my landing gear, prayed it would hold. The Spitfire touched down hard, bounced once, settled. I rolled to a stop and shut down the engine. It was on fire. I popped the canopy and jumped out as ground crew ran toward me with fire extinguishers. They sprayed foam on the engine while I stood there, shaking, unable to believe I was alive. My squadron leader drove up in a jeep. "Hartley, good God, boy, we thought you were dead. You disappeared off the radio." "Got separated chasing a bomber, sir. 3 109s jumped me. I barely made it back." Davies looked at my shot-up Spitfire and shook his head. "You're lucky to be alive. That was stupid, chasing that bomber alone. I told you, discipline, not heroics. You could have gotten yourself killed." "Yes, sir, sorry, sir." But he smiled. "That said, well done making it back. Not many pilots survive their first dogfight against 3 109s. You've got good instincts. Just need to learn when not to use them." We lost 4 pilots that day. 4 friends who'd been joking with me at breakfast were dead by lunch. The glamour of being a fighter pilot evaporated. This was just killing and trying not to be killed, over and over, until you got lucky or you didn't. I flew 127 combat missions before the war ended. I shot down 8 German aircraft confirmed, probably destroyed 3 more. I was shot down twice more, bilaid out once, crash-landed once. I saw friends die, killed men who were just following orders like I was. But I survived. I made it through the Battle of France, the Battle of Britain, the entire war. And I never forgot that first mission when I learned that war isn't glorious, it's terrifying, and survival is mostly luck. I'm 105 years old now, one of the few still alive. We saved Britain in 1940. a handful of young pilots in Spitfires and Hurricanes, fighting against overwhelming odds. We won, but God, the price was high.